busy work that you really, if you trained them right, you wouldn't have to do that extra stuff. Does that make sense? So that can bring a lot of benefit to you. So I'm just trying to take you to the next level of where the brain dump comes from and how it works. Processing the information and creating systems. Reviewing is going back to, does this match my goals I was telling you about the 10-year vision, the 3 to 5 year vision, and the next 6 months to a year. So you start at 10,000 feet. This is what your life goals in 10 years. Where do I want to be? What am I going to work on the next 3 to 5, and is it going to get me where I want to be in 10? What am I going to work on this year that's going to get me to these 3 and 5 that are in alignment with my 10? You should have a personal mission and personal goals as your personal true north. That way you know if you're wasting your time or not doing what you're doing. You make a high level income here, that's great. That income can help you to become a better investor. Because if you invest, then you put your money to work. If you get passive residual income from your money, you get to a point where you can live simple and you don't have to work no more. So that's what this is about, reviewing and making sure that your action items are in alignment with your targets and your objectives, whether it's business or personal. If you don't have something that you're working towards personal, you're just gonna go wherever the wind blows you. You gotta have something. If you don't aim at something, you're not gonna hit anything. And if you aim for the moon and you miss, at least you'll be among the stars. Be up there, bro. So you gotta do that, man. That's on you, for your family, for your future. So I wanted to share that with y'all because I know there's a lot of value around the brain dump. So that's brain dump 2.0. It's process it, divide it, project list, action items, make sure they're actionable. And then review your action items like, is there a way where I can make these disappear if I build a little cheat sheet or if I do a little training? And then that'll make your life a lot easier. It'll be less stress and you'll be more effective at wherever you are. The thing about what we teach in here, no matter where you go or what you do, if you do these things, you'll be successful anywhere, doing anything. And that includes with your family or at your house or whatever in your personal life. So that's what that's about. Now, this is a feedback communication. With the frontline supervisors, I gave them a little cheat sheet. It's a little card. It says attack the behavior, not the person. So when we give feedback to correct somebody, we don't attack the person, we attack the behavior. And this gives you some specifics about how you do that. It's just a template. So when you're correcting someone, let's say that they're late all the time. That's the what. You seem to always get here 10 or 15 minutes late. So what? So this is where you help them understand the why. It's like a little kid. Why? In training, the most important question is why. If the guys understand why, then they're better equipped to make discretionary decisions because they understand why they carry extra O-rings and plastics and rubbers, why it's important to have some extra grease, why it's important to have 2 grease guns instead of just 1. And it seems pretty simple, like common sense, they should know why. They don't know why. There's no such thing as common sense. You train them. So the so what is where you explain you being late, that's the cause and this is the effect. It affects everybody. We're behind on time. Now we're stuck in traffic. Now we're paying overtime. Now that cuts into our margins. We can't pay our performance bonuses and we can't win new work because we're having to charge extra to compensate for you being late or whatever, right? So we help them understand the why, and we don't have to get into all the details. It's just so that they understand that what they're doing has a bigger impact on the company. That's what they gotta understand. Okay, so what, and then the now what. This is what we need to do next. This is the correction we need you to make. If you've been here 10 minutes late every day consistently, tells me that if you leave your house 20 minutes early or every day, what time do you leave? There's a guy, he's always 5 minutes late to a job. A friend of mine was telling me the story, and he's always 5 minutes late. And he asked him, why are you always exactly like to the dime of 5 minutes late? He said, because I always get stuck at this one 5-way intersection, and that 5-way intersection takes 5 minutes for the lights to go all the way around. He said, well, why don't you just leave from your house 5 minutes earlier? I never thought of that. Come on, bro. Okay. Even the alarm, like ask them, why? Help them understand their behavior. What time is your alarm? Well, my alarm's at 7:15, but I like to hit the snooze once. Well, compensate for your snooze and set your alarm 10 to 15 minutes earlier than that. Go ahead and snooze it once, and guess what? You're gonna be here on time. You can still do that, just set it earlier and snooze it and then come in or whatever, right? So help them be the correction. Help them understand the correction so that they can make the correction. So just take one of those and pass it around. 100 bottles of beer on the wall. I think you guys got it. And that little list there is actually a practice sheet. So it asks you questions and it leads you through the process of how to prepare the conversation. So when you go to correct somebody, you already know you're gonna correct them, right? You already know there's been an issue with this guy. You're like, I'm gonna have to talk to this guy, right? So you can sit down with your notebook or a blank piece of paper and you can get yourself ready to have that conversation before you actually go talk to that guy. You're already ready of what you're gonna say, how you're gonna say it, what the order is. If you're not sure, you can share this with somebody else that you trust and say, I'm about to have a conversation with this guy because this is like the 4th time. And it's hard when you have a constant turnover and you're hiring new guys and you're looking for 5 things. You're looking for someone that has some integrity. You're looking for people that can show up on time. You're looking for people that are willing to put out and do the work. And you're looking for people that are coachable, probably. All right, and maybe there's an extra one in there. Someone that you enjoy working with or is gonna be a good fit for the team, understands how we work. So we're looking for 5 things when we hire that guy and bring him in. Now, most of the time, if we did good, he's gonna have 3 of the 5. 3. If he has 3 of the 5, we try to coach him there. Hey man, we need you to get here. If we can't get you there, it's not gonna work. The thing is, if we cut the guy loose and he has 3 out of the 5, the next guy we hire might only have 2 out of the 5. And now it's an uphill battle again. And now we're in a worse spot than where we were before, right? So we're trying to coach them up, help them understand the why, and this is the coaching conversation. Now, you stack that with the mission and leading by example, and now we got a tool set, right? Because we're teaching them the mission, we're showing them we're leading by example, we're here early, we're here on time, we stay late, and so now we have all the authority to say, this is what I expect, this is how it needs to happen. And you can speak from a place of confidence of saying, I've been where you are and I've done what you've done, and then they respect you, right? And if they don't, because there's a saying in Spanish that some people don't have a cure. There's no cure. You know, that's the way they are, that's the way they're gonna be. Doesn't matter who they work for or how much you try to coach them along. There are people that are uncoachable.